Welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you so very well for joining us for another edition of LFC content, Liverpool business, as I call it. I got the main guy with me, Liverpool 12 man, another hard working content creator in this Liverpool universe. Like I told everybody, I don't talk Liverpool with just everybody else. If that's the case, I'll be on Twitter, right? Although I am on Twitter, but big up to all of you guys. Please, 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 you know the deal. Share, subscribe, like. And if you don't know or you haven't, please go to my man 12 Man's channel and do the same thing, please. Share, subscribe. And when you do that, another important part when you click the subscribe, click that notification bell, the thing that looks like a bell. Please click that because that allows you to be notified as soon as we go on. If there's a breaking news or whatever the case may be, because YouTube sometimes do not notify anybody, even when you preset whatever you're doing, right? So sometimes they will push the video 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line. You'll be like, oh, you're talking about Zubimendi. We are halfway down the season. You see what I mean? So please, when you click the subscribe, get that notification bell. Also, as we know, the likes, we're trying to get minimum 21 today. So let's get it. But there's also somebody who I guess love me so much, they always click the thumb down button. I'm not hating. Thank you. Yeah, so our goal for this one is 350. So please get us out there, share us with all your friends and family, get us out there. So man, how you doing, brethren? Yes. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Good to see you here.
Yes, it's been good. Actually, the artist that I had performing last night, he is from Hartlepool, but basically Newcastle, but he is a Liverpool fan. So had a good time, talking Liverpool stuff, and like he was telling me about how he was at the game. He was at that 2006 game where Alonso scored from
halfway
beyond half.
Man, that's a legend. That's a legend. Like, that's a legend.
That's super cool.
Oh man, how was the show?
Little things. It was a good show. Really good show. He did a really great performance. And like I enjoy when I especially when I bring over artists from the UK. I enjoy finding out, a little bits and that, about their take on the Prem and what their feelings are like directly, like in person. So it was really cool to have like a good show and a good performance by a good guy, a fellow Red. So
right.
It's one of those situations.
That's good. Big up. We got you, Raj, is in the building. Yeah, I'll let you know towards the end, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for supporting us always. And people in the chat or people watching, please click the like right now. If everybody watching right now, if you click the like, we will be already close to the 21 that we're looking for. So thank you so much for coming through. Today we're going to discuss Liverpool business. Of course, rather than do or whatever we're talking about, we just watched Liverpool and Sevilla. And of course, the Liverpool Las Palmas is going on right now. We're hearing that a lot of people are upset at Nunes, but there's other, 11 or 13 other players also playing. But I guess Nunes is supposed to play against Las Palmas by himself. So everything is always, Nunes' fault. If Kelleher can't kick the ball, it's Nunes' fault. If the pass doesn't go through, I don't know. Is the sun shining enough, or is the floodlights on at Anfield, or was that Nunes supposed to turn those lights on too? So I don't know.
He's got to turn them off when he leaves. That's his job apparently.
If he doesn't, man, the electricity bill is gonna be sky high. You know what I mean? Shout out to DL Hughley. I don't know. They say this on Liverpool FTV. On this side of the pond, we don't get the privilege unless you subscribe to LFC TV. So I'm not watching. 12 man is watching. So possibly he will give us insight as we go. And we have 12 man for a minimum of time. So we're going to try our best to cramp up every single thing at once. And we talk big. Colin, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Big up.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Colin's always one of our biggest supporters, man. Appreciate you, sir. And Colin, if you don't
that's what they I always say that's what you can tell a proper red. Those are the ones that are like day ones. They support you. They they despite them having different opinions or the likes, they still like want to encourage you to like press on. It's the whole matter of it. And like you can say what you want, but I believe that's the true essence of it. I spoke about that actually last night to the artist that I had in, and we were just discussing how like it is really like uplifting to meet and see other Reds, because a true proper Red will like try to uplift you as much, like, and that's really cool. So big up to Colin, by the way.
Yeah, big up, man. And I've told them, I said a lot of Liverpool fans watch rival fans more than they watch LFC content creators. That's why they always have this, like somebody who says something, you'll be like, wait, what? Are you a Liverpool fan? Are you sure? And that's because they listen to what some other person who has nothing to do with Liverpool giving their rival point of view, and they think that is gospel. If you listen to your people, you will know where Liverpool stands, and you want to have a sensible dialogue. Football is not about how I feel, so whatever. If you don't tell me how I feel, then you're not a real supporter. So man, I've been telling people, follow. If you're gonna waste your time listening to these rival fans, why don't you waste some of the time watching some of the content creators that are Liverpool focused? And then listen, and you get the better understanding of why certain things they are.
Yeah, I just always say I try to say, if anything, you know what, if you watch other channels or this that, I mean, they're to each their own, that's great. Obviously, I think you're kind of foolish if you're not watching great channels like this one here, So like. But I still say, like, if you're gonna watch our channels, cool, but like kind of leave the energy from that channel there, like guys, and bring like, we're trying to like be positive, be constructive. I mean, like if you got criticism, cool, but make it constructive, make it where like we can build from it, not like tear down like everything to the point where it's like a miserable. Like you don't want to. No one wants to go to like. No one says, "Hey, I want to go to a a miserable party." You want to go to a party that's like fun, enjoyable, the whole nine. And that's why I like being in those surroundings.
Now, before I continue, big up to one of our resident panelists. We haven't seen this guy in many years. This is Baz. This is my brother, our brother. I shouldn't take credit for all of it. We don't know where he's sneaking in through the back door, and now he's in the building joining us today, man. How you doing, sir?
All good, man. Big up you two, bro, and big up to the chats. It's great to be back, and
thank you.
Yeah, all good.
Glad to see you, man. Right. Glad to see you. And just to continue with what 12man is saying, I've already said this year, I'm all Liverpool. If anybody's not 100% Liverpool, including the players, the manager, the owners, whatever, I'm going at you. Number two, if you've been saying something bad about a player, and the player all of a sudden changed the way they play, and all of a sudden they're begging goals or whatever, don't change around and come back and say, you know what, I apologize. I didn't see that coming. No. We're going to pull the receipts up every single time you apologize or say something good. Because I understand there is constructive criticism, which is, I'm going to use the easiest one, newness. Newness, you need to relax when you're in the final third and put the ball in the back of the net. That is constructive criticism, because that's exactly what the issue is. But if you're going to come up here and, he's shit, and you have no basis to what you are criticizing about, and we call you out on it, don't say, well, I can't just criticize my own player. No, tell us what he's doing wrong. Don't just say he's shit and then leave it as that. That's disrespect. I mean, if you know more than we do, then please tell us, right? But right now, I think we have a new manager. We have some new, probably going to get more players. This team is fairly new. I'm not going for people holding us hostage, whether it's the fans. The fans been getting away with murder a lot. And we're not going to allow, we're not going to allow that. At least me, I'm not going to allow that. You know what I mean? If you're going to be fair, like, what was it? Yesterday, my brother, Ensman, everybody was saying something about Trent, and he didn't like it. So I called him out and I said, my brother, I need you to say the same thing you said about Salah to say about Trent. The criticism that you gave about Salah, which I agree with. But when it comes to Trent, don't just say, oh, well, he played well last game. No. Trent is a captain. Trent is a Liverpool. Trent is a world-class player. You have to be consistent. If he's not consistent, call it out, because that is a fair criticism. You're not consistent. But you can't just say Trent is shit and then leave it at that. No. You have to call it what you
Today's not the day to bring up. I don't know. Today's not the day to bring up Trent. Trent had an incredible that assist was a beautiful assist.
No, we will talk about all that, but I'm just talking about the season starts next week.
Just making sure.
If you don't know, 12 man. People don't understand that the season literally starts next week. Just even though we haven't, I think deals are done. We just paranoid. But let me stop whining and talking about all this stuff. Let me read this.
By the way, the game just concluded. By the way, just
okay. 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Honesty, our resident newsbreaker, said Liverpool have held talks with Trent Alexander about signing a new contract, and progress has been made. The defender is lined for a huge pay raise. I know that. I mean, this is his last contract, so he's going to get what he wants. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's great. I mean, it's the way it should be, because, I mean, all things considered, I think that Liverpool has done a masterful job, I would say, with their wage budget. Yeah. The way they've been holding the everyone's salaries within line, keeping the locker room very, very humbled, you could say, to the point where they're all making good money, but they're not making excessive wages where you get so laden down that you can't make moves or you can't move players on. So I think it's great that he's going to get his payday. He deserves it. He's one of the best players on this team, and hopefully that inspires him to stay. The offer hopefully inspires him to stay and not go on to the sunny confines of España.
Baz, what do you think, man? Do you know what? It's not often that I agree with 12th man. That's
why I purposely brought you both here, because I said we got to write it back one more time.
Yeah.
Come on, we all get we all have those days of enlightenment. Those days.
I don't know about enlightenment. I think I just agree with you on this one. No, listen. You know what? Couldn't have put it better myself.
Now the game the game that we watched, Sevilla. That's the one that I guess most of us watched, right? And I would like to show the lineup. You guys see the lineup. My goalie is back, and I don't understand why people are out here thinking that he's going to leave next year. Who started that rumor? I need to find whoever did that and poke him in the eye and say, who told you that my goalie is leaving anyway? Big up to the people who are coming in. Please, if you haven't, hit the like button. Please hit the likes button. Please just share, subscribe, and like. We're trying to get to 350 this month, sorry. And of course, my man, Liverpool 12-man channel is in. Please go to his channel and go check it out. And if you don't know who he is, you better ask somebody. And then, of course, we have our resident panelist, old school resident, and that is Baz. He just stayed how it is. He doesn't care about your feelings. So if you are coming in for feelings purposes, my brother, you're gonna be mad as hell. So please, let's continue. What do you guys think about the lineup today?
Strong lineup.
Oh,
Very strong lineup.
Go ahead, Baz.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, very, very strong lineup. It was interesting seeing Tsimikas play there instead of Robbo, but I know obviously Robbo's injuries, etc. But Gravenberch in that holding role,
bro.
To be honest with you, it was a good game. It was a good game. It was a strong lineup.
Yes.
Diaz doing Diaz things, Jota the shotter. Keep this guy, injury free. This guy's going to be solid. Salah's doing his bits. So Szoboszlai playing in a more advanced role, assists and stuff like that. McAllister, even Trent, you know what I mean, at that right back.
Ooh, we need to put some more reverence into Trent today. No, but continue. Don't let me.
No, I mean, please. It was a strong lineup, and they've all done themselves very very well. If I was to be extremely picky, Kwanzaa, he's still a young lad. Of course, I'm not criticizing. I'm just being absolutely. If I have to find a fault in it, this boy's going to be worked hard this year. It's going to be worked hard this year. You know what I mean? And we just don't want to burn him. I think me and 12th man were obviously, and the others were chatting yesterday about, Kwanzaa being important. We don't want him. We don't want his, his progress to be stopped by bringing in another defender, etc. And that. But we do just need to be careful with him because, he could easily be a scapegoat, and you don't want to be doing that to young players. But overall, strong team, great result. Everyone played decently well. So brilliant.
Yeah, and 12man, while you are saying this, I'm glad that you guys, the discussion, I wish I was there. This is the importance of having a player like Ibu. Because Ibu has the experience. He can make mistakes and get away with it because the next game he's going to play well. You forget. Kwanzaa is still green. People have their eye laser focus on him. Every little thing he does is like, oh my God, that's what we need, another guy, right? But today, I mean, Trent, how have I missed you in the right back? This is old school Trent.
Yes.
This is Trent who busted out, shut down Ronaldo, shut down, what's his name, Coutinho and Suarez at Anfield. This is the old school old school Trent, old school Trent that we've been missing and we're talking about. He did invert a little bit, but it wasn't a crazy inversion. It was more tactical one where you're like, hey, take your time. And I know that honestly put it out there that Szoboszlai, people in Twitter were talking about Szoboszlai did not play well. And that's the reason why, is because they didn't pay attention. You have to understand Liverpool is gone unless Klopp comes back. But he's not coming back. As a matter of fact, from what he told me, he might be retiring, right? But that's the breaking news for y'all. Slot ball is not going to be gang-ho, attack. It's going to be, for some people, it's probably going to be boring. Because he's going to say, calm down, have the ball, and then attack when you see an opportunity. So, 12, please.
What was the question? I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, give us your assessment of what you saw for the whole squad.
Oh, my assessment. Yeah, sure. So, yeah. I heard you said slot ball. And I thought you wanted.
I was just giving
about the lineup.
Yeah.
With the lineup, I was actually I liked the lineup. I certainly like the lineup. I remember that I was one of the few, if I think I'd be as bold to say one of the first, because I remember I brought up on Kopish and I got kind of shot down by a couple of, not in the chat, but even the panelists. But I've been saying that Gravenberch has some of the characteristics that could qualify him to play a 6 role for us. And I know people prefer to see McAllister in the 8. or at least in an advanced midfielder position, at least if you want, whether it's the 8 or the 10 or whichever you want to say. But I like that fact that we have a very, very promising young lad in Gravenberch. I've even started to maybe even say that he's a Pogba regen, in a loose term of the words, because he has some really, really promising qualities. Excellent on the ball, whereas in control, being able to push the ball forward with his stride and everything else. And he's got a shot on him too. I mean, he can shoot the ball as well. So I'm looking forward to see what is his. Obviously, we're going to have to see whether his defensive techniques can be improved on. But I think everyone can, that quote about Klopp, or from Klopp on Curtis, that said, if you can teach Curtis how to play defense, you can teach anyone how to play defense, in the sense, is the paraphrase of it. And I mean, I think the same for Gravenberch. Not saying he can't play defense, but I'm saying that, we can get what we need out of him as a defender. So it's just a matter of intensity, matter of commitment and focus. I think I truly believe when it comes to the defense. So I was happy to see it. All the Dom haters out there, ease off. I don't understand why Dom has got the target on his back. I think this is going to be a good year for Dom. I really, really do. And I don't even want to get my show is pretty much centered around Lucho, and the Lucho haters. So yeah, there's enough said about that.
I have receipts. But let's go through the back. In terms of the totality, Alisson is Alisson. I'm sorry, the aura was just immense. I mean, I've been telling you guys, you can never talk any bad thing about my goalie. And that's what it is, right? But the back four, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that somebody was like, oh, when we have the ball, honestly said, Trent played right back when we had the ball, he inverted. No, he inverts when the ball is in front of him. And then he come closer to be the second DM with Gravenberch, right? So that McAllister can push up a little bit. And then, what's the name? Dom can cover, a little bit the space for Salah. But what Trent did was stay in right back most of the game. About, I would say, maybe 85% of the time, he was focused on the right back. Look at where his ball came from. It came from the right. The first goal that Jota played off, right? Is him basically coming off, overlapping, or you could say underlapping. Underlapping is not inverted, people. Don't get them confused. And I was very, very impressed with what I see with Trent today. I think that he has bought into the slot ball. And let's be honest, for about 25 to 30 minutes, the whole team was still disjointed because we had 6 new players joining the fold. So for people who say, oh, they were boring, blah, 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 and that's because there was 6 players who you didn't see all summer playing. Alisson, Virgil, Trent, what's his name? McAllister, Diaz, right? Who else?
McAllister.
And who?
Lucho.
Yeah, and Lucho. So you have about 5 to 6 players who just came in. They're brand new. So, of course, the team was going to be a little bit jointed because, Baz, I don't know what you think about this. At one point, they just kept passing the ball between Kwanzaa and Virgil, right? They were just going back and forth. And then the manager was trying to tell the midfielder, especially McAllister, to open up and get the ball and recycle it. So, in the back four, what did you see that made you? Were you impressed or concerned, Baz?
I'm not concerned as such. However, I do believe we do need to bring reinforcements at the back for a grueling season. Do you know what I mean? But look, like you said, a lot of these players have just come back. They've just come back. They haven't kicked a ball in ages. But I wasn't it's a new regime. It's a new
Right.
regime.
Mhm.
You know, it's a first game back. You know, you're gonna get things like that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned at all. To be fair, you know, the centre
Yeah.
back pairing. I think that's what's going to start in the future. Kwanzaa and Van Dijk. And I think you know when we do look at someone like Kwanzaa, he's got the best teacher there on his left.
Yes, sir.
But it is going to be a difficult one for him this season. Hopefully, everything's all right. He stays free from injuries, and he doesn't make mistakes, and he's just learning his game as normal.
Yeah.
Because obviously on the right hand side you've got Trent there, and Trent does wander.
Yeah.
But he was well balanced, like you said today, Kwasi. That he was. He was at the back. He was, going into the midfield a little. You just got to be very careful. You don't want to burn him out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really concerned about anything, Ken. It's just the beginning of the beginning, and I think it's going to happen. They'll iron that out. No problems.
Uncle Rod, I want you to come here because I deserve an apology. When we hired Slot, you were not too happy with that. So I'm going to send you the link, and I need you to come here and apologize to myself and the Crazy Bold universe for the atrocities that you committed that day. But good to see you, my uncle. Good to see you. But hey, Tolman, Liverpool have started a new thing called we're not going to kick a goal kick. We're just going to pass the ball in the goalie's box. And then when you press us, we're going to hit you with a ferocious counterattack that you've never seen before. And that's not the first time. If people are paying attention, this is not the first time we did that. Against Betis, we tried, we didn't score. Against Arsenal, we did that and we scored. Manchester, we tried, but our passes was off because we have brought in some new players that had not part of the team during the summer. And I like what Slot is doing. As soon as you show up, you playing. Klopp would have to give you a week before you play. This guy's like, I don't care. Who was it? Was it Jota who showed up the day before? The next day he was in the lineup. But
yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, did you get the heart attack? Did you get a heart attack like myself where they passed the ball in the goal? It's not even the 18 box. It was in the 6 box, the goalie box. And then all of a sudden it's a goal.
Yeah. I can understand that. I know a couple of us, Fozzie, Barnes and his family, myself, was there with my brother. Like we got to see that Arsenal game preseason and, very early in the game was a pass back to Kelleher. Kelleher has the ball at his feet. He sits on it for a little bit, looking for a real comparable pass. Not just a long ball. I mean, like a good pass to someone that can redistribute. And it gets blocked, and I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be scary trying to play from the back. Like the whole 9. But look, I. Sometimes when you do see when it works to perfection, especially you do see some real beauty with the passing and with the build up, as you said as well. Little flashback almost to the Ali goal when Ali assist to Salah against Manchester United, at Anfield, kind of like just quick. Find like an outgoing pass or create some type of build up, get that pass, get the ball moving quickly, and being able to get it directly to people that can make these passes. And that's exactly what happens. And when that does happen, boom, you're on your way. And I'm very optimistic to see what's going to happen. I mean, let's get it real. I'm not over the moon with playing out of the back, because it does come with its
some risk,
its problems or its risk. But I mean, it's like a risk and reward type thing, and I think the rewards are
high risk, high reward
if you have the right components, and I think you do.
Bas, before we move on to the midfield, do you have something to say about that? Because we were told that Alisson can pass, and then Ibu can pass. I think Alisson can kick because every time he kick, he hurts himself. But bro, the way they hit Sevilla with that counter, they didn't see it coming. Right? The Arsenal goal that we scored is identical to what it's identical to the first goal that we scored, except that this time it was off Jota to Elliott, and then Elliott to Salah, and then Salah scored, right? This one was so Bosley that everybody said he wasn't doing anything. I mean, he started running from the midfield from off the kick, and then the ball came in. But honestly, I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet, Slot. Can you surprise me with that maybe during half of the, during the middle of the season? But before you go, let me shout out, we got our Hollywood celebrities in the building. Hensman. Shout out to Hans. If you guys don't know who he is, please go check his channel because you are missing a lot. We got Lee's in the building. Trigger TV is in the house. Of course, Hakeem is there. And then, of course, we got everybody's favorite uncle. Uncle Rod is in the house. Uncle Rod, when it comes to you, I need my apology.
No, man.
I need my apology for slating, slating Slot the first day he showed up. I need my apology. But before we go, Baz, let Baz get to that part of the goal kick. Good to see you, Uncle Rod.
He's such a clown.
To be fair, it was just look, vintage Liverpool still in it. It's good to see that we could still have those counters and that quick thinking from Ali. Yeah, Ali's kick is a little bit wayward, at most times, and you do get concerned about little things like that. But no, I thought overall, I think it was decent, man. It was a decent performance. It's not, it wasn't like Hollywood spectacular, but come on, you know what I mean? It's like the first game at Anfield, in front of a big, sellout crowd, and the big hitters are back. Ali was doing Ali things. It's good. And Szoboszlai, I mean, look, this guy's only just come here. He's only just been here one season. You're going to judge players on one season. You know what I mean?
Liverpool fans, man.
Some Liverpool fans are like that. But look, hey, at the end of the day, he'll come good. He'll come good in the end if he's playing in a system. You know what I mean, where he's not choked. He's going to be all right. And you could see like that pass was exquisite.
Oh, beautiful. Uncle Rods, before you tell us your assessment of the game, I need my apology when you said you were done with Liverpool. Oh, I'll put you on blast today. You said, I'm done with Liverpool. I wanted Amorim. I can't believe they got Slot. Who the hell is Slot? Just because he has a bald head like myself doesn't mean you need to bring him to Liverpool. I mean, go ahead, Uncle.
Rods, what are you going on, bruv, yeah?
Brother,
all this. What's going on?
Man, balling to king. Me balling to you know what I mean? And I said, it's you only going on like that because you got roasted the other day on no, but you know what it is? I will say this and I will say this again. My main problem with Arne Slot at the end of the day was the fact that Nate was experienced. He didn't have the experience that I expected for somebody to take over from the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? And with Amran now, he had that experience that you was looking for. Do you know what I mean? But however, if Slot's obviously in here now, if he proves me wrong at the end of the season and the day, right, I would eat humble pie live. I would eat humble pie live. But what is at the moment? Listen, at the moment, he's playing good football. Right. I've been impressed at the end of the day with sort of like the football that's being played so far in the pre-season because of what is the change. I can see the change is at the day when we're defending in numbers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're defending in numbers and that. And like, people like your Harvey Elliott, Szoboszlai, even Ryan Gravenberch are having very good games. Ryan Gravenberch playing good in the six. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So the whole setup of the actual team at the present stage is good. You know what I mean? Yeah. If at the end of the season he wins FA Cup, League Cup, or in the Champions League. No, I'm just saying if he does all of that, I would eat humble pie. Yes, I would eat humble pie.
Oh, I got a couple of them in the fridge.
No, because what isn't there? He's proven me wrong, and the thing is about it, he's proven me wrong to the greatness of Liverpool. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not to the detriment of Liverpool, it's to the greatness of Liverpool. So he's proving more. So I would have hit on pie, but I would stand by the fact that the reason why I didn't want Arne Slot in, because he didn't have that experience that you needed. Do you know what I mean? You know, for a manager that's taken over from Klopp. Do you know what I mean? That's what got me. And what I saw with the whole structure of Liverpool, that there was just like kind of like going down the cheap route, because he was cheaper than Amrin, because he was would have been cheaper than sort of like Alonso. Do you understand? However, Alonso said obviously he wouldn't stay at Leverkusen.
Right.
But like he was going to be cheaper than Amron. Do you know what I mean? They went down that route. That's what I saw. So I thought to myself, well, look, after 9 years of Klopp, you know what I mean, and to bring this guy in, I kind of felt cheated as a fan, because I'm thinking, well, you're bringing in something now that's a couple levels down from Klopp. Do you know what I mean? Now, if it works, you know what? Fair enough, it works, and now really humble pie. But like at the moment we're at pre-season, the real sort of like what can I say? The real monitoring of Amron. Do you know what I mean? The real assessment of Amron starts on the 17th upwards. It starts on 17th upwards. Then we can say, well,
oh, you mean Slot?
You mean Slot? You said Amron.
Sorry.
You're still stuck on Amron.
I'm still stuck on Amron, man.
Yeah, man.
I know. But you know what I mean? But to be fair, I'm going to be fair. At this present stage, I am liking what I'm seeing. I am liking what I'm seeing. The transition, the defending, the forward play. I mean, like Trey Noni today, right? He scored a blinder today.
Oh,
he's 17 years old and he scored a blinder.
Man,
yeah, what a gem!
I'm glad that Uncle Rod, you brought that up. I have a question for all you three, and I know 12 Men, you have a show coming up soon, so I'll let you take it first. Pause. When I call him young Trey, right? When young Trey came in, they put him on the left side. And then the commentators like, I don't like him be on the left because he's better in the middle. You know, I don't see why they put him on the left.
Right.
What do you guys think about it? Because I looked at Trey as basically he and Gravenberg are very identical profile of style of play, right?
I can see
that. And I think, you know, Slot has already said we're not going to rush this kid. So he's not going to put him in the middle and have him be, you know, embarrassed or hurt himself or whatever.
Right.
But what do you think about him going on the left side instead of being in the middle?
I think that the commentators, unfortunately, are, how can I put it? The commentators are doing a disservice to their audience. Because truthfully, we all understand the fact. I mean, we've seen it somewhat with Klopp, but especially, you know, as of what we've seen so far with this team, when it comes to positions, just throw that out the window. You know, like as the formations and everything else, these players, they might start on the left, but you might see him in the center. You might see him on the right side. You might see him advanced. You might see him, you know, shafting back towards the back line. It's a matter of like what kind of performance and what kind of flow and everything else that you have within wherever they are on the pitch. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I'm not really like hunkering myself down. Oh, I got to see this player on the left side, or I got to see this player in the middle, or this or that, because I know realistically he's not going to be hunkered down in the middle the entire time. You know, he could travel here or there. So. I'm just looking at how well they do with their position and how well they do with creating opportunities for each other because of their positioning. And so far, we've seen some really, really great results from that alone.
Okay, Baz, what do you think?
Young lad, full of promise. He needs to get himself playing with the, you know, with the seniors, and that's what they've done with this particular game, as opposed to the B team away. But look, he came on. When did he come on? He came on around the 60 odd minutes, something like that, and they put him on the left.
70 minutes. Was it 70 minutes, Baz?
Yeah, I'll double check for you.
I'm sure it was around a 60 odd minute, but maybe. But nevertheless, you know what I mean? He's come on. He didn't start the game. There wasn't really a huge, like, yo, you need to stay in midfield and kind of like that kind of game. You know what I mean? It was just a friend. So he came on. He was just stretching his legs, you know.
63rd minute, by the way.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so, you know, I don't think it's a problem. He's a midfielder by trade. Right, he was on the left. He came on the left. But, hey, you know, he's a player that could play. I wouldn't say play anywhere because I don't want to be seeing a lot of players that are just, you know, playing out of position. But look, I'm not really bothered. You know, he's so long as he get games and he's getting used to playing around with the big players, and you know, he comes on and he influences the games, and he just, you know, he's not there starstruck. Doesn't matter where he is. He came in. He's played well. Doesn't matter if it's in midfield, defense, in goal. Don't matter. You know what I mean? He's come on and he's showing what he's about, and you know, long may it continue.
I think what it is with Trey, what they've told him is just go on and express yourself. Just go on and express yourself and do your thing. I mean, feel free. I don't think at that age you should lock him down to a certain position. Say, right, you know, you're going to play that position, and that's it. The important thing would be with him is to go on and express himself and enjoy the game, because he already is a Liverpool supporter. He supports Liverpool. You know what I mean? You know, so he's a fan of Liverpool. So he just wants to do the best that he can. So what he's going to do, he's going to go on and express himself. I mean, as it goes along, as he gets more minutes in the squad, you can probably say, well, look, right, you know what, you're going to play here. You know what I mean? I want you to play here. But at this present time, when you're just trying to see what he's about and you want him to sort of like, kind of like, you know, express himself, feel free. You know what I mean? As long as it's like not way out of position, it's fine. Because even when they put him out on the left, because I see him as a sort of like as an upgrade from Curtis Jones. I see him as an upgrade for Curtis Jones, because what he does, the difference what he does to Curtis Jones, when he gets the ball, he's already seen the pass that he's going to make. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he gets it, pass. The problem is with Curtis Jones. I like Curtis Jones, don't get me wrong, but the problem is with Curtis Jones is he holds onto the ball too long. Do you know what I mean? He's like doodling with the ball, and then he gets the ball taken away from him, or when he does make the pass at the it doesn't come off. With Trey Neone, before he gets the pass, he looks like he's thought of what he's going to do. He already knows what he's going to do. And we've seen it at the day in pre-season. So, like, the important thing for Trey Neone at the moment is for him to go out there and express himself when he gets them. Like, the time when, you know, when we're going to sort of like pin him down to a specific role, that will come. Look at that guy, what's the name? Remember Luis Garcia? Luis Garcia, right? One of the main reasons why he was supposed to be able to score more goals and do as well as he did, it's because at the day Benitez said, just go out there and express yourself. Right. Literally gave him a free role. Said, go out there and express yourself. And that's what he did. And that's what I see Trey Neone doing, just going out there, expressing himself and doing the best he can for the team. Do you know what I mean? Listen, that's a gem.
That kid is going to be a gem. And one thing I need to say, Liverpool fans who are on Twitter, stop comparing him to Menu. Liverpool, we are on a different level than Manchester United. So don't look at what they're doing down there and say, oh, wow, that is nice. So this is out. No. We are, if anything, I'm not going to say we'll focus on Liverpool. Yes, sir.
God, just to touch on that, I can understand what they're saying. Right. Like, if you look at the development of, like, Trey Neone, then look at the development of Cohen and Maynard, it's almost similar. Do you know what I mean? Right. But to me, and that's as far as it goes, the development side of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost similar, because when you think about it, it's like Cohen Maynard bust just like how Trey's busting. Do you know what I mean? The manager decided to take a chance on him and brought him into the squad. So the development is similar, but I think that's as far as it goes. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand that. Do you know what I mean? You know?
Tom, I know where there's something that you slightly disagree with what Uncle Rod said. And I guess it's the comparison with the start of play of Curtis and Trey.
No. I know.
He's got a course.
Cujo's my guy. Cujo's my guy. That's all. Cujo's my guy. That's all.
Cujo. Cujo. I think Cujo has something to say with Liverpool.
Yeah. Sorry to cut across you.
Go ahead.
So, man, do you think that Curtis Jones does hold on to the ball too long, or do you think he doesn't?
I understand why you say that, because I mean, like, that's a part of his game that I think Klopp has even tried to, phase out, because when he was playing with the youth academy or playing at the youth stages, he was the best player on by far, one of the best players on the pitch. And he was able to hold on to the ball the way he was. So that kind of confidence is like, oh, I can do whatever I want. I can dribble here. I can do this. I can do that. Yeah. But at this level, different story. Guys, and you got to be quick. You got to be assertive, and you have to be sure of your passing and sure of getting the ball off your feet. And I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes I think he shades back to that youth academy, Cujo, but I'm hoping that because the others around him are showing him the ways to getting things accomplished, that he'll start to incorporate that into his game more. That's all I'm saying.
No, because I actually like Curtis Jones, because I'm Curtis Jones, one of Curtis Jones' biggest advocates. I mean, back in the day when certain content creators were cussing him off and that, I was like, I stick up for him. You know that in itself.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? You know that ain't about, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So like that will be my only criticism of him.
Sure. I can understand. That's fair.
Too long. But when Trent only came on for him, like in the game against Real Betis,
the ball was quick
after half an hour. It kind of showed us at the end of the day, well, what it's like in the day once you get the ball passed. You know what I mean? Instead of holding on a bit too long, I think you tend to be a bit more easier to read when you're holding the ball too long. Do you know what I mean? So, but hopefully he can get that again. Can we get at his game and that, right? Listen, you're talking about one of the best midfielders that will be in the Premiership, because he's got everything else. It's just the fact that it's just that one thing.
Can I just add that why I was saying in his defense, I think honestly Curtis Jones is asked to do a little bit more than Trey Leone, obviously at this stage. Just as you said earlier, Rod, it's like, he's allowed to just kind of go and do his thing. He's kind of like, allowed to be more expressive with his games and everything else. Curtis has had a little bit more refined message, as to what he's expected to bring and what he's expected to do. And also he might even have a little bit of a higher load with his expectation when it comes to, defensive measures, tracking back, pushing forward and doing those kinds of duties. So that's the only reason why I'm like, Trey Leone is definitely a talent, and I'm excited. Again, I'm going to emphasize this. Look, I love the fact that our youth academy is phenomenal. It's become one of the best, I think, youth academies in the Prem, I believe, at this point. And being that we've just gotten a very talented player from the Wolves, and we just gotten, the talented player from Chelsea in Rio, look, I'm very, very optimistic to see where and how these players develop under a new administration of Slot.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
Buzz, we talk about the midfield. If you have something to say about midfield, please go ahead. But the front three, I like what I saw. Salah looks sharp. Salah looks strong. He worked really hard today, and it doesn't even look like he broke a sweat. What's the name? Lucho. Everybody's been talking about Lucho, and Lucho looks different to me. I don't know, maybe because of the hair.
Yeah.
But the way he scored, you see, the way he scored that goal, it was quick. Like a couple years ago, Lucho.
Sorry, let me cut you quick, yeah?
Yeah.
I did a game, I do the stewarding and all that, right? Luton Ground, right? And Celta Vigo came down, to play in a friendly. I came face to face with Iago Aspas, face to face, and I spoke a few words to him and that. Iago Aspas.
Really? He's still around?
I was when you're just coming back. I'm coming back and I was walking towards him. I thought, Ross Clark, that's Aspas, isn't it? That's Aspas. And then I goes, I said to his friend, I go, he's Aspas. And he goes, yeah, it's Aspas. And he turned around and goes, yeah, I'm Aspas, I'm Aspas.
Mm-hmm.
Something like 2BN or something like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
The little Spanish that I do know, do you know what I mean? But right in front of me, and you know what? He doesn't look any different than what he did at the day when he played at Liverpool. And he's 37 years old now, and he doesn't look any different. He's still on the touchline, passionate and all that. You know what I mean? It was just like, it was amazing just to see this guy. It was amazing.
Yeah. So, Baz, what do you think about the front three? And what was I saying?
Talk about Lucho,
man, that goal, Lucho. He scored 2 goals, and he worked like he was working hard, but he was not over exerting himself. You know, he didn't do too much of the fancy flip, and people get upset because there's no end product. Today, he showed you what Lucho is all about. I don't want to bring the other gentleman that everybody wants to bring in to replace him, but I'm sorry, Lucho is here to stay, man. What do you say, Baz?
You know what? In terms of technical players in our team, he's one of those good ones, isn't it? To be fair, he's the one that will go past players, you know, will excite and stuff with those little fancy tricks and thoughts. Yeah. Look, everyone. I don't have a problem with him. I've never had a problem with him. Yes, his end product at times previously, you can say he needs to do a little bit more. I see 12 man proper examining what I'm saying here, bro. But trust me, I'm just saying what perhaps a lot of Liverpool fans would say, and I'm with a few of them, and it's only based on his end product. But at the end of the day, if this guy, he had a blinder today, yes. Again, if I'm going to be critical, I will always find some kind of bad spots in the team. I mean, with some players. Yeah, there's a few times that, he was doing a little bit too much for my liking. Just keep it simple. But I do, his role is to beat the player and, get a cross in there or something like that. And he did that. And he scored 2 goals. So it just shows that, this guy has got it in his locker. He just maybe needs to do a bit more of it, in games. He has scored some, good ones. I mean, I remember the goal, was it last season against Crystal Palace? Was it last season?
No.
Yeah. That was a brilliant goal for me. He's got that. He's got that drive. He's got that determination. He's got a lot. So, if he can just add goals with it as well, then hey, you know what I mean? He's a brilliant player. And on top of that, I think I saw something earlier saying that he wanted to stay at Liverpool. So, he's like, saying that, look, I want to stay at Liverpool no matter who's coming in or whatever. Yeah. And yeah, I'm happy with him. He played well today. And, just a little reminder to some doubters that, I could still do it. You know what I mean? I can do it. In terms of Salah, well, Salah's had, it's typical and it's proven, like, you give players rests. And remember, you got to look at him. He's in his 30s now, yeah? The guy needs a break as well. He's always been the guy that needs to play because he's our main goal threat and And this guy's had a break in the summer. And
that's the first time in a long time.
Yeah, my guy's done an Uncle Rod's and a Baz. Man, you get me? Shaved his hair. He's got aerodynamics now, bruv. You get me?
He can run freely.
Exactly. So it's all good, man. It's just that middle. You've got that, obviously that middle. Like who's going to start? Is it Jota? Is it Nunes? Is it going to be a new striker or whatever? But I like this because at this moment, you got Jota.
Unpredictable.
Jota for me is the best finisher in our team.
Oh yeah,
natural. But obviously you got Nunes there as well. Obviously 12th man. We've had this discussion. I think the two need to fight it out and be rotated. And we still got a great front line.
No, I mean, this is the thing though. What's the name? I think Honesty had a comment that Slot said after the match. It's very hard to say bring another. We all four of us know that we need to bring maybe 2 or 3 players.
I think 2, just 2.
You know what I mean? But looking at the team right now, I see people's like, do we really need Zubimendi because of how?
We do. We do.
I know, but people are like, look at what Gravenberch is doing. We still have Endo. We still have Bastetic that people think that is going to go on loan. I don't think they're going to let him go on loan. I'm still debating that part, right? Because they want to keep a very close eye on him.
We need. You know what? Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
we know what we do. We do need quality in positions. You know,
yes,
at least one or two quality in positions. So
mm-hmm.
we definitely do need to bring some good quality backups, because if we're going to get rid of some youngsters and stuff like that, that's numbers dropping already. Yes, I know you can bring a Trey in or something like that for real, but you do need like players in positions. Like if we do, like God forbid, lose like a like a Zubimendi, if he does sign and stuff, he's injured, or some like McAllister, who are you going to bring on? Youths. You got to bring, you got to bring in your Gavin Birches and stuff like that, your second tier ones, perhaps.
Right.
You know what he could have done? Could have done? When I said like two, we just need two. Because he could bring in Zubimendi, and then you got Seth Vandenberg, because I'm not sure if he's going to be sold or not, but
I think he's going to be sold.
Yeah, I got that feeling, but like you could have said like, right, keep him as left centre back, and then all you got to do then is buy a left back. The forward line, you don't really need to touch that forward line
this year.
You don't really need to touch that forward line, because I just think, at the end of the day, we can sort of like with the players that we got at our disposal at the forward line, like we got Lucha, you got Gappo, you got Jota, you got Nunes, and you got Salah. Do you know what I mean? You even got mans like Harvey Elliott, and that can play a 10. You got Sabozlai that can play a 10. So your forward line, really, at the end of the day, doesn't really need to be touched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think about it logically, right?
Yeah.
But the midfield, you can add a little bit of sauce in that midfield by Zubimendi. You bring him in, and then all you got to do then is get a left back. You just buy a left back. You can go to Leverkusen, right, and get sort of like what's that guy's name? Nketiah. You can go and get him, right? And if you really, really, really wanted to add to that forward line, you can go to Real Madrid and get Rodri from Real Madrid. Because I doubt at the end of the day that Rodri's going to get a game this season. With the players that's coming in, because look, you got
they stack.
The players you got Mbappe that's come in, Mbappe's coming, and you got like that Brazilian Emmerich. Is it Emmerich? He's coming. Do you know what I mean? And you really got people that play on the right side anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? How is he going to get a game? So go and get him. Offer some money. Go and get him. Bring him to Liverpool. Just say it and day, right? Just say to him, listen, you're not going to get any minutes here. You're not going to get any minutes at Real Madrid. Here, you'll get minutes. You'll get abundant amounts of minutes. Do you know what I mean? Here. Do you know what I mean? So that's if you really want to, but you don't really need to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
12 men. So I know you got to go, but before you leave, in terms, like I say, honestly, posted a comment that the manager said. He said they are working on trying to bring people in. I think they will bring maybe 2 minimum. But the manager is kind of right. He's like, I got a very, very good team. You see what I mean? The thing that we are all worried about is injuries. And we know Liverpool, we all have PTSD on when it comes to injuries. But if you were to look at it, Uncle Rod's thinking, hey, I don't think the attack, we need that much help. Maybe a left back, midfielder and a left back would do for him. What about you? What do you think?
So, yes, I think the question or the statement you're talking about by honesty was, I see here, it says, Slot asked why Sepp Vandenberg did not play today. He says, quote, load management. We don't want to take the risk of him getting injured. We thought it was best not to start today, and that also deserved to play. I think also it could be that maybe we do have a deal set up for Sepp, and the last thing you want to do is, play him in a needless game. Obviously, if you've already acquired the deal that you're wanting to get,
right?
You don't have to show him off in the shop window anymore. But also, I emphasize this, and this is one of the things I do emphasize quite a bit when I do see people talking about, we need to bring this player, that player. I know I shared a clip with Baz about, I heard some panelists talking. We need 7 players. We got to bring out. We need 7 players in this window, and I'm just like, what team are you playing with? And 2, what top 4? What team that was contending for for the title last year ever goes out and just gets 7 players. That's just silly. It's just silly.
Chelsea.
Yeah, other than Chelsea. And Chelsea, yeah. Chelsea. Yeah. But they're on some other settings. They just buy players for fun. But realistically, I believe this team has more quality than sometimes people are willing to accept. And also, when you have a team, it's fantastic to look at Real Madrid and think we can have all these Galacticos, or we can have all these like top quality players and be so loaded with players. But guess what? It's the same rules for everyone. You have 11 players on the pitch. They get time, and then you'll be able to sub those players obviously off. But then you still have to manage their minutes. You still have to make these players happy. And to know, you got to have. That's why I always stress, you got to understand what a good squad player or a good squad player, in my belief, is a quality team player. And that means that he understands his role. He's not going to bitch and moan in the locker room or cause waves. He's going to understand that he's going to have a job to do, and he does it. He understands also that maybe he's not a starter, but it doesn't matter that you're not a starter. It's about doing your job. And that's what a lot of these players do. Whether it was Shaq, whether it was Ginny played, but like whether all these different players that are quality players, but aren't necessarily like hands down given starters. You have to understand that you have to have that delicate balance, because if you have 5 world-class players that hypothetically play forward, well, guess what? There's like 3 forward positions. Okay. So unless you're going with a front 5 or something like that, you're not going to be able to really properly manage. Someone's going to get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes it's great to say we need to bring this player in. But I also want to say that you got to recognize that we have a very balanced team. And I think that as long as they're happy playing with each other, as long as they're happy with their roles, as long as they're not making waves or banging on the coach's door to say, I want out, I'm cool with what we have. And with the decisions that we're making, if we're going to bring in a player or 2, fine, awesome. But whatever happens, I think that we have to understand that this team contended last year for a reason. Unfortunately, injuries happen, but all the same, as long as we can mitigate the injuries this year better, I think that we contend for the title this year.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And people in the chat, please, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Big up to Hancho. Thank you so very much for joining and subscribing to the channel. Be part of this community. Thank you. We appreciate you. If you don't know who Uncle Rods is, you better go check him out. Another hardworking Uncle Rods, hard worker. That's a channel that's a channel that you should have. You should have already. Like I said, my brother, 12 man, Liverpool 12 man, go check him out. And of course, follow Baz wherever he at. He's not there for feelings. He's there to tell you how wide it is. So people in the chat and people watching, there's a lot of you guys here. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, and share, and go to my brethren. I'll put their link in the subscription, whatever they call it, down there. And 12 man would probably, he'll probably sneak out. When 12 man dropped out, I'll bring you in. But I would like
big up. Let me say I'm gonna exit now. Big up to the panel, big up to you guys. It's always a pleasure to be on a panel with fellow Reds. I appreciate the chat out there. If you guys haven't subscribed to these guys' channels, you're really, really not doing yourself a service. These guys always put in the work, and they're really, really great people. And they're Reds. Bottom line, they're Reds. So you should support them. That's how I look at it. And I hope that that's how you'll start to look at it as well. But big up to everyone.
This guy, I told you, this guy, and they should run for president, I don't know why he ain't run for president yet, I don't know why. We don't need Kamala Harrison. We don't need you know what I mean? We just need 12th man in the building, man.
Big up.
Man, trust me. Listen, I've got to bounce it because I need to have something to eat before I get to time because I'm on a fasting thing. But listen, I'll give you a shout because I want to do a show with you. Sometime this week.
Let me know. Text me.
I do a lot of morning shows, pre-recorded morning shows. So I want to get you on there. Baz, always good to see you, my friend.
My brother, respect, man. It's good seeing you again.
Good seeing you. We'll link up.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in, and in the what do you call the Lions Den to atone for your atrocities that you did. Yes, Ali, I'm asking him for an apology because that's what a big man do. And he showed up. He didn't hide. He came in and said, "This is what I feel. This is how I felt." Yeah. And then we keep on moving. That's how big boys do. Thank you so much.
Listen, anytime you call me, I'm there.
Sir.
Bro.
Appreciate you.
Anytime you call me, I am there. No matter what it is. There could be rain, sleet, snow, whatever. Anytime you call me, I am there, man. Because I always support my fellow brethren, my fellow
sir.
Brethren,
yes,
man.
sir.
Listen, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you guys back very soon. You never walk alone, guys. You never walk alone.
Big
love and respect. Love and respect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Urab. Thank you for joining. I would like to show something real quick. It seems like everybody is a little bit in a panic. Big Verge just said, I guess after the match, he was asked a series of questions, and he said, obviously, first of all, he said that he hasn't been given a new contract yet. Nothing have changed, so there's nothing to talk about that. But then, of course, they asked him about new signings, and he says, obviously, I think we should have some signings based on how long the season will go. So he knows we're going to play a lot of games. We are in every competition that there is this season, right? And then the Champions League has been expanded, so there's going to be a lot of more games coming. So that's why he said how long the season will go. But I think they are working behind the scenes, and I'm fully convinced and trust the club. And that is coming from Paul Joyce. So and Slot was also asked a question. He said, we're always looking if we can strengthen the squad, but it's not so easy. If you saw both games today, I have inherited a really strong team. If we can, we will strengthen the squad. What I would say about that is this is a man who's basically gonna hold himself accountable if things don't go his way, whether because we have injuries or players form dip and we don't have like backup to support whatever he wants to do. And he's saying it. I mean, Klopp used to say the same thing. So for some people in the chat, they're like, oh no, he's reading it from FSG handbook. Well, that handbook has been there when Klopp was there, when Edwards has been there. And remember, Edward is FSG now. So when you say FSG, just use Edward because Edward is the boss right now. But Baz, what do you think from hearing from both main guys of the team, the manager and the captain?
Bro, I'll be real. I don't know much about this bit. So what? Are we talking about getting a new contract for VVD or what?
Yeah, so basically they asked him about I didn't show that one, but they asked about his contract and he said nothing has changed, meaning they haven't offered anything yet. Right. So, but then they asked him about new signings and he said, well, from what I read, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, he's been a brilliant servant for Liverpool, still is a brilliant defender, still the Rolls Royce of England, in my opinion.
Yes.
However, it's a difficult one. I mean, until you get someone better in, then he's still the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
They definitely need to like do something with his contract, like try to extend it, something like that.
They have to.
He's vitally important because when you look at things, yes, we've moved on from Klopp now. You know what I mean? We're trying to like the team. This is Slot's team now. Yeah. And you've got your old rear guards, your Alis and your Van Dijks and people like that. There's certain ones until you can have someone in that position to like take the reins, especially in something like that. You've got to keep this guy. You've got to keep this guy. I don't know if he's been cocky, in terms of signings and stuff like that. But look, he's not wrong to a point, because I mean, my biggest gripe for this team at this moment, is defense.
Yeah.
So, like I was telling 12th Man on his show yesterday that, as much as we don't want to, disrupt Kwanzaa's, relationship, his improvement and stuff like that, getting in games, you do need some players because we don't trust, someone like Gomez to play at centre back. So we've lost we lost, we ain't got we can't cover for that position.
Yeah.
We've also got, like Matip leaving. And yes, Matip was injured last season, but you know what? When he's on his day, he's a brilliant defender.
Mm-hmm.
If you have issues with and you can't replace someone like Virgil van Dijk, that's a problem. That's a problem. So, in terms of like bringing in players, I think he's got a point. You definitely do need to bring in players. So I don't know if that's him being cheeky or that's him actually just spitting facts. But in terms of his contract, we definitely need to look at, giving him a contract. I'm not saying that I'd do a Hendo, give him a 5-year contract and stupid amount of money and
Yeah.
But we do need to maybe get an extension of at least 2 years or something like that. It doesn't have to be like a full-on 3-year contract, 2 years,
Right.
maybe top it up or I don't know. And if he's not happy with that, then, on the other side of it all, if he's not happy with certain things, remember, Liverpool is Liverpool. It's not Virgil van Dijk FC or Mo Salah FC. Players can't come and start demanding things. When you start demanding, then you guts to go, bro. So, yeah, that's what my thing is.
Yeah. And Europe, so what are you saying, man?
How are you guys?
Good to see you.
Yeah, on the Van Dijk situation, I would say I'm not even trying to diss Van Dijk here, but I think Trent's contract is more important because he's younger. You're literally the best right back in the world. I know Van Dijk's probably the best. He is the best right back in the world, but you are Trent wants Trent. Madrid are going to go for Trent next time. I can guarantee. If he doesn't extend you, you can guarantee Madrid want Trent. So we need to get this Trent contract sorted. Salah's contract, that's another one which I'd say is last in the priority, just because his goals you can't replace, but you can replace. You can get multiple players to replace his GA. So I think you can be fine with that. The Van Dijk one, I'm I think second in the priority. Obviously, trying to do Mendy first, which I understand. But after that, you sort out contracts because I do think we need a left back. But then again, you need Tsimikas or Robo to go. So there's no point. There's 3 left backs not happening. It wouldn't be achievable. One of them would leave. So I would say I'm calm about Van Dijk and Trent. Salah, I'm like, I think could go next summer. There's been no news on his contract. Either Trent contract news, either Van Dijk. Salah has just been quiet. So I do think he goes, and when he, I want him to contract mention, but the way it seems, probably won't sign. I think 2 of them will sign. I think Trent and Van Dijk sign. I think Salah sadly leaves on a free. It's just how it's going to go.
No, I agree. I think this situation, I think we all can agree that the previous administration did a poor service by waiting so long to deal with, especially Virgil and Trent. The Salah situation, I've been racking my brains because when we gave Salah a new contract, he had 1 year left, right? And we gave him 3 more. So shouldn't he have 2 years left? But for some reason, everybody says that he has 1 year left. So maybe that's just me and my math is not mathing. But let's talk about some transfers real quick because I know people want to hear it. Steve, you asked a question: who signs the check? The CEO of Liverpool signs the check, and who's the CEO of Liverpool right now?
I think Edwards.
Edwards, right? Okay. Edwards is also part owner of FSG. So when you say FSG, there's 27 of them. So you have to pick which one you want to criticize. But we move on. Zubimendi, this situation, personally, I think is done unless we get another Fekir moment where he changes mind and said, unless he changes mind. Personally, I was on Ensman's channel. I told everybody that I think it's Real Sociedad. Remember, the Arsenal player also hasn't left yet. He's also still there. They want to keep him too. So to me, it seems more to that Real Sociedad wants to.
They're stalling. Right?
Yeah, they want to replace them too before they need the money. Let's be honest. Everything they're doing is just PR stand.
And he wants Liverpool. It's simple, obvious.
He wants to come to Liverpool because Liverpool will not be embarrassing themselves sitting there waiting if they don't have.
I think tomorrow we'll get a news on it.
I hope we need to get this thing done. But people also, if it's not coming from David Ornstein, Joyce, Fab, don't be listening to all these other Junos who are saying something, because all they're doing is cut and paste, copy, cut and paste. They keep saying the same thing over and over. Oh, he's thinking about it. I've read about he's thinking about it in 10 different Junos. Everybody is printing the same thing. Until it's done, don't worry about it. Worry about something else. Liverpool also, I think 12 men mentioned Hincapié. I think we are in for Hincapié too.
I think he did Leverkusen.
I think he will fit Liverpool very well because he could also deputize in left back. I think those are the two main transfers that we're looking at right now. The goalkeeper, real quick. The goalkeeper also, that one is for the future. So I'm not really worried about the goalkeepers. That unless maybe Kelleher decides to leave this year. So, Baz, what do you think about the transfers?
Well, the lack of.
Either lack of, or why do you think it's taking too long? Or because you're looking at the team right now, right?
Yeah.
You said it yourself. We need to bring the best.
And Zubimendi is the best.
And to bring the best is not easy, right?
Of course not. Yeah, 100%. Look, we've done well so far. All right. I'm not even looking at ourselves as looking at myself as a Liverpool fan. Yeah. I'm hearing all these big boy teams want him. Yeah. Every one of them was saying like, yo, he ain't interested. He's not interested. Yeah. A bit like the Euro deal with Manchester United. He wanted Real Madrid, and then United managed to convince him. United are a dead idiot team, you get me? A dead idiot team, yeah, but yet they managed to convince this boy. This boy's going to be out as soon as you say, yo, I'm ready, we're ready. So Liverpool are a lot better. We're a lot better team, and I think we can convince players. Like Zubimendi will thrive in this team. 100%.
Man.
Hey, that don't put it. Give me that.
What I'm thinking, yeah, the reason why it's taking long, that's a good thing. Because what's really happening, is he ain't said no. My man,
he hasn't said no. That's the thing.
He wants Liverpool.
He wants Liverpool. Now, obviously, you'd think logically, just go and pay his buyout, and we've got him. But you know how Liverpool are and FSG are when financial fair play and ratata, they're trying to bring the structure in so they can probably bring in maybe one or two more players. I really believe something's going to happen this week or next week. I think we get that goalkeeper, that Mama.
I can't even say his name. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something about that goalkeeper too? That people are not paying attention. Where is he from?
Georgia.
Who's the player that every Liverpool fan want from Georgia?
Yep.
Okay. And Conte has made it clear that guy is not leaving this year. So he's not going anywhere this year. But if we get him and we bring his countrymen in, remember Liverpool likes to keep players happy, right? They don't want to be by yourself amongst, Minamino had always had the issue by always being isolated because he didn't socially fit with the players.
Napoli won 150 million, by the way. I'm just saying to you.
You know what? So yeah. Go on, bro.
You can go first. I was just saying they want 150 million for Pogba.
Well, he's worth it.
Look, you know what? So as far as I'm concerned, this thing with Zubimendi is I think the more longer it takes, the more likely it happens. And I think the reason why this is actually taking forever is because we're impatient, obviously, and I understand that. Let's get twisted. I understand that. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to see players coming in all the time, but the structure of it is obviously, there's a reason why they're just not paying it. They did it all right with Szoboszlai last year, before whatever it was. But we don't want to throw. We don't want to have. We're not a club that wants to have egg on our face. We want to make sure this guy's like, yo, yeah, I do want to come. Then it's like, okay, cool. Let's look at our options. Do we need more players? All right, let's kind of structure this so we don't spend enough, so we don't have any issues with FFP, or if we can't get these other players in, they'll just trigger his contract and he's there. So they're safeguarding their reputation, and they're safeguarding like potentially bringing more players in because they might be you know, maybe one or two we can bring in. Because I also think I don't want to be mentioning his name because I think I don't rate him, but I do think the Newcastle winger will probably be someone that they do really push.
I think you don't think the way people are talking about Nunes, Isak would be the preferable player they should push?
Nunes.
I mean, everybody said Nunes was trash today. That's why we hear it. I mean, they say he didn't even turn off the lights when he left outfield.
I don't want to say much about Nunes right now. I think with Nunes, we need to kind of just look. We all know he's been here coming up to 3 years now. Yeah, he needs to bang this year. He's got everything else, but he does need to bang this year. I'm not gonna go on his head and just say like, yo, because there's been some unlucky moments last year and stuff like that. Yeah, but he does need to start showing Wagwan because Klopp was patient. This guy might not be so patient. Say you're right. That's it.
Agree.
You had your time. You're off.
We have Jota, mate, so we don't need Jota.
Yeah. But I do see to end it. I'm just saying, like, you know what? I could probably see 3 players coming in. It would be a goalkeeper, a midfielder, and perhaps a winger. And that is probably we probably won't get everyone in like the same within the same week. It probably
no. It's gonna go out. I think till the end of the month.
I think there'll be this week's Mendy, next week will be the goalkeeper or left back or like a winger. I think that's what house. I think we make 2 signings.
Now, let me ask you a question. The kids that we have let go, class Cavallo. What do you think about how ruthless these guys? Within a couple of days, they let 2 kids go on loan, 2 kids being sold, and 1 is probably on his way.
Ruthless.
Actually, two are on the way.
We have ruthless back at this club, innit? There's ruthless. We're not gonna be like sentimental anymore, which I like. I mean, I think selling Carvalho was the right decision. 27.5 million. That's brilliant. Edwards is back. You can tell he's back. That money is brilliant to get. I think it's to fund Zubimendi as well, kind of. I mean, because I do think Sociedad want them for release clause, and that's why they're not budging. So we want to get cash in. I know people say it's sell to buy. It's kind of not sell to buy. It's literally getting the money back in smart business because you want to get that profit. We know how FSG work. They want to get this profit and stuff. So I think selling them talents is a mistake, but at the same time, only a few make it. Like Stefan Basic, I think will make it. I think even Quansah made it. So only a few make it out of a bunch of talents. So I like the ruthlessness, and I think it's kind of helping the Zubimendi deal as well. So it's good news. It's ruthlessness at least. We got the ruthlessness back at the club after many years.
And then real quick, just to expand on what Baz was saying earlier about the fee. This is the power a lot of people also don't understand. No club goes in and give you cash unless the other team is adamant in asking for cash, like Barcelona did with Neymar, and then PSG showed up with a briefcase full of cash and gave them 200 million. So when it comes to the release clause, the team will say, I want right away. So you have 2 options. They could say, we want the cash right now, like give us the money right now. Or you could negotiate with them where you say, okay, within a year, we'll pay you that, the release clause, right? So nobody in business transfer billions and billions and billions and billions of millions of money when you're doing transfers. You do it between arrears. So that's why Chelsea is out here giving people 7-year contracts so that it's in the length of the contract, right? So for Zubimendi, if Liverpool say we trigger it, they just have to talk to Sociedad and say, hey, are we taking Sociedad will say we want all the money right now, and then Liverpool will do what they did with Szoboszlai, go to the bank, ask for some money, and then bring it. Because that's what Red Bull did. They said we want the cash right now. So Liverpool went to the bank, took the money, and gave it to them. The other option is, hey, can we structure this payment? How fast do you want it? Whatever.
We could pay more, but with installments. And
right, you could pay more on installment because you're doing payments. So they could say, okay, then add 5% interest into it, right?
Yeah, but I do think we pay release clause.
Yeah.
They won't budge. That let's be honest, Sociedad kind of have the right to do it. It's their best bill. So
yeah. So when it comes to the other type of transfers where there's no release clause or whatever, That one is basically the paper that you sign is an agreement that you're gonna pay. Just like Barcelona gave Liverpool 105 million, and then the rest of the 50 million or so, they have to structure it for a couple years before they paid the whole thing off. So a lot of times people think that Liverpool just have to show up with 50 million and then no. There's a list of things that you have to do, right? So before Liverpool was even privy to Zubimendi, that thing was going on for a long time. How Ornstein got that news was just amazing, because Ornstein knew and he was told not to tell everybody who the player was. And he said Liverpool is looking at a player. It took us 24 hours to figure out that he was talking about Zubimendi.
The media, like I said, if we release it to the media, clearly we're confident of going in, because
exactly
Ed was going to be embarrassed in public, you know, and just honest. And if he does bowl this, I know he won't, but if he does, it's a bad look. So yeah. I'm hoping and I'm trusting him. I'm Richard Hughes, by the way. I'm not forgetting him. I think Richard Hughes deserves credit as well. I do think Richard Hughes is kind of negotiating more, because Edwards is not the actual negotiator.
Yeah.
So if we get this deal over the line, which I think we will, because I think there's so many taking his time, and it's his home club, so he's going to take a long decision. But
Liverpool is not going to wait forever. If things is not much, I personally think that the deal is done. It's just a few things needs to be ironed out. But now moving forward, Bas, right now, who's your dream signing right now? Like right now. I know Zubimendi, everybody's excited about it. Who is, because personally, I still think that we need somebody to help Salah. I'm going for Nico Williams was my guy, but he said he's not going anywhere. But
you ready? Yeah. My dream signing. I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
One is obvious. Yeah. Bastoni.
I was about to say Bastoni as well. Yes, Bastoni.
The second one might throw you a little bit.
Oh no.
I'm going to say Isak.
Man.
Hey,
I've been campaigning for Isak since spring.
Hey.
What about you?
I was going to say Bastoni, but another option. It's difficult. Get me Tchouaméni as my dream option.
Who?
But, yeah, Tchouaméni.
Tchouaméni. Oh.
Yeah.
What, is that even with Zubimendi in the team as well, bro? Or is that just
generally? It's just generally. Like, he's a dream man. He rejected us from Madrid, which pains me to say, man. We literally had him, man. We could have him without Madrid. We could have him for Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and Palace. You know how? Whoa.
The thing is, he did reject us, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I understand it. It's Madrid, innit? It's the white lights and stuff like that, yeah. But you know, for me, I would have said him maybe a season or two ago. But the fact that he, didn't even rate us, it's like, you know what, go on then, man, go flop at Madrid. And
Tchouaméni, you should have us as first choice, you know. But Tchouaméni's my dream. Even Camavinga, one of them two.
Vinga's a good shout as well.
Yeah. With me right now, of course, it's Musiala. I'm still telling people that the deal might come through. Don't worry. Even if it doesn't come this year, I think next year it's a big chance. He's not going to City this year because City is in the middle of a mess. Until they figure out what is going to happen after their court case, it's going to be hard for them to get players in, especially high caliber players who are coming in, and all of a sudden, then they have an issue. Pep also might not stay, so Pep probably have 1 year left. So we don't know anything about that. But I would think that next year, Musiala is going to be the player that a lot of teams are going to go after. He's going to be the player to watch.
We'll be at Madrid. It's as simple as that. I can see him and Fabian Wirtz, both going to Madrid.
Because I'll be honest with you, at Man City, they probably need him mostly. Arsenal don't need him. As much as he's a good player, I'm looking at back profiles. As much as I rate Musiala, I don't think we need him. We have Szoboszlai and Elliott in there. Unless you sell one of them two and go from, we're not selling one of them two most likely. Chelsea, knowing Chelsea, they might just go for him for fun and just pay the money. I think Madrid will get one of Tchouaméni. Madrid will get one of Wirtz or
I mean, Cruz is done, so what's the name is left?
Modric might leave next summer.
Modric still has a year left. So Modric, who replaces Modric though?
Florian
That's
Wirtz.
not a
I
guy-
don't.
that's
I
not a
don't
guy-
think it's Musiala. Musiala is more on the wing. Now, if you say they sell Rodrigo, and then bring Musiala in, I
that's
can
not
say
a guy
that.
beginning with T, ends with a T as well.
Mhm.
Trent.
You know, sorry guys, just you know what? That's another good point as well. I see like Steve and Uncle Albert in the chat. Kudos is another one that I wouldn't mind definitely having. If obviously we won't get someone like an Isak.
Yeah. Now I brought the superstar of the YouTube world of the legend in the space world, causing trouble wherever he goes. I'm assuming you at Anfield right now, right?
No, actually, I'm in a restaurant eating.
Oh, okay. I know that a lot of people have been
my
asking
boy.
you. Oh, big up, nephew.
Bring up that.
Big up, nephew.
Now, a lot of people are asking how the game was. You were there. You experienced Anfield live today. So before we get out here, can you give us a little bit of what give us? Let us live through your eyes and tell us what you saw.
It was a fantastic match, but it was a friendly. So I'll take it as a friendly. But I saw a lot of good things, guys. Let me make a firm prediction that Slot and his ball acumen will very soon match Jurgen Klopp.
Sheesh, that's a big
Yo.
talk.
Very
Yo.
soon.
I agree, Uncle Albert. I agree. The
You know what?
similarities really.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
comments about play.
Let me tell you guys something. Did you guys see Trent inverting today?
Nope.
Did you see
Nope.
it?
No.
He actually he did.
He did a little bit, but it wasn't
But you
as.
see,
It wasn't much.
it was disciplined.
Yes, that's
It
what we
Discipline.
said at
wasn't
the beginning
all
of the
over
show.
it wasn't all over the place. And he didn't do it without cover.
Yeah.
You could actually see
Yeah.
him calling this guy over.
So what's like?
No.
Kwanzaa.
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch.
He calls Gravenberch over, and Gravenberch comes to cover him when he moves. Or he indicates to Kwanzaa that he's making a move, and Kwanzaa covers the right back position. It was very disciplined. What I saw today was simple. The chaos is gone. Forget the chaos is gone. Forget the Monday stars. Let's have a kick about kind of football is gone.
Right.
It is structured. It's disciplined. And I also noticed something. There's a reason why we can't tell whether Slot plays 4-2-3-1 or he plays 4-3-3. But I tell you what, he plays 4-3-3, but he plays in narrow. So he has Zoboslai on top of those two, like a little pyramid. So you have Mark 10 and Gravenberch in the double pivot, and then you have Zoboslai on top of them. So he has freed Zoboslai from his defensive responsibility and
Right.
allows him to set the press. It's a very intricate. You need to understand football, like to understand what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is very simple. He's bringing the best out of every player, so which is different from what Klopp and Linders were doing, where they find a position and say, go and try and play it. I'm not poo-pooing what they were doing because it worked for them, right? Like they say, okay, Zoboslai, you go out wide and play on the right side of midfield, but you have to cover Trent. So it's a little arbitrary. But what these guys do is structured. So you notice that he was squatting on the bench doing the Uruguayan guy. What's his name? Uruguayan coach, legendary Uruguayan coach. What's his name? Guy who came to Leeds.
Bielsa?
Bielsa.
He was doing a Bielsa, but it was really structured, telling the guys what he wanted them to do, and they were doing it. And guys, let me tell you what, Slot may not be the touchy-feely, sentimental, hugging players or screaming and shouting on the touchline or getting upset, but he is really, really ruthless in what he does.
Albert, sorry to cut you. Do you think he's got a little bit of a Rafael Benitez of him? His persona.
He's a total Benitez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total
Like he's
Benitez.
selling. If you guys see,
Ruthless.
yeah. Go on.
Ruthless. He has made his look. Yes, today the team that you saw playing against Las Palmas, he was trying to tell us something that these are the big guys. These are my big boys.
Yep.
These are the big guys.
Yep.
And you saw them playing a B style of football. Okay, so those are the guys you see
Yeah.
being the substitutes, impact substitutes. Those are coming, but for injury. These are the guys you're going to see. And finally, Gravenberch has found a spot.
Yeah.
I think he was our best player today by a mile. Forget Luis Diaz. He played shit for 20 minutes and then he scored 2 goals, right? Shitty ass player. But
No, we're
he
gonna be
scored.
holding you accountable. I got those receipts. But continue,
I
please.
said,
One more
I
say about
said,
Diaz, by the way. I'm saying,
listen,
go on.
Go
Luis
ahead.
Diaz was shit for 20 minutes. But thank the system for making him thrive. Because forget about the first goal. The second goal he scored. Notice what Zoboslai did. Zoboslai was in his pump in the position he likes to play, just
Yeah.
behind the strikers. He took out the midfield and then sent him a pass. He couldn't miss. Tell me he couldn't miss, right? Even I wouldn't have missed. Even Darwin wouldn't have missed that. But let me give him
And
credit.
sure
He
that.
scored. His first goal was a thing of beauty. I have to give him that because he took the ball on the half volley, and when he hit it, it could only go to one place. If it didn't go to one place, it was going into the Anfield store. Okay, it was going over the stands into the Anfield store. So I give him that. He played shit for 20 minutes and then played very well for 25. That's I have to give him that. What Luis Diaz needs to do is the final thing that he does with the ball. The final thing has to have meaning. Look at what Salah was doing. Salah didn't score goals today, but Salah was very effective. He
Very,
was
very.
he was making the fullback shiver. That guy was shivering all over the pitch. Okay, that's what Salah gives you. And on a good day, Salah would have scored twice because he had 2 chances within an inch of the pole. He scored. That's what Salah gives you. And Kwesi, I really think that Liverpool should rethink selling Salah because he's the fittest player on the pitch. He played 90 minutes today, and there
Yeah,
was
he
no
is fit.
difference.
That man
There was
looks
no
fit.
difference. There was no difference from minute 1. I think we should give him 3 more years. 2 plus 1.
2 plus 1, yeah.
Serious. Sign him 2 plus 1. Let the dude retire at Liverpool if he wants to. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. You see, there are some people who don't need money that much. Maybe what he's thinking about is I need to educate my kids in a place where I think they do better. I don't want my wife to go to a country where she can't drive, where she has to basically be hiding all the time. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
just things, okay? So for me, I've seen a few things of Mo Salah this preseason. Salah came to the oldest man in the team, comes to the team, the fittest man.
Yeah.
That says something about him. I also thought Virgil was excellent.
Yeah.
Virgil
It was so easy for him. He looked
It
so
was
easy.
Virgil was having.
Royce.
Virgil had a stroll in the park. He was driving his Jag XJ
Yeah.
open top, having a
Uncle,
stroll in the
let me
park.
ask you a quick question. And of course, don't forget my goalie's back.
Oh, he's back.
That
He's back.
how was the mood?
Everyone.
Everyone, I mean, well, how was the
Everyone is back.
mood? How was the mood when they were passing the ball in the goalkeeper box, and then within a blink of an eye, we scoring a goal?
We
Because
were cool. Listen, we were cool. I'll tell you what. Liverpool fans were so hungry for games that it was like a Champions League day. The park was chocker block, like chocker, absolutely chocker block. And the fans are still in Liverpool Town Centre as we speak. If I leave this place and I turn the camera around, you see them around. People came with their kids. It was like a family day out. Typical family day out for Liverpool supporters. We are hungry for football. 2 weeks time, bring on Brentford. But I hope we haven't made a mistake with Cavallo, because I think selling Cavallo was a bad mistake, and it may come back to haunt us. But hey, $27
You know what,
million.
Uncle Albert? I totally agree with you, but I've kept it quiet.
$27 million is a crap load of money. Okay, so I think the boy wasn't happy. He realized
He needed to play. He is at the age
Yeah,
where he needs to consistently play.
he needs to play, right? He needs to play. So I'm sure he and his agent have gone to the guys and said, "Look, hey guys, you guys know I'm not going to be playing all the time. You know I'm going to be sitting on the bench. I don't see myself a bench player. Let me go to a mid team." So yeah, Brentford coughed up 27 million. Let him go.
Yeah,
But
I think it's a good business.
I wouldn't have sold him. You know, there are some players that I would sell. Let me tell you who the top of my list is.
Oh.
I don't want anybody to eat me up. Curtis Jones. Because Curtis Jones is poor profit, and Curtis is not reaching his potential. You guys saw the second match today. He didn't play well. He just didn't play. You know, the guy is flaky, right? He has the days when he's played the blinder, scored an amazing goal out of this world, and then he plays a few more games, and then he gets injured, and then he doesn't quite do it. Okay, so what? He's an academy kid. He's pure profit. I think we should sell him.
So, Uncle Robert, you already seen the ruthlessness of this manager selling Cavallo, sending players on loan, and selling.
I think Doc is going.
Doc might be going. Now
For
you
money.
you watch both games, right?
Yeah.
You watch one with your own two eyes, plus the help that you have in your forehead, and then you watch the other one on TV because we know that the stadium was empty.
Well, some people got in, but hey, some people were in the management box.
Yeah, Baz and myself, we think that we need maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 too. I'm doing 2 or 3.
Okay. And what positions were you looking at it? You were like, we
Listen,
need reinforcement or we need a better player.
I want 3 players. I want Zubi.
No, not listen to this though. Not what you want, because we know what we want. But I'm saying from what you saw, right? Because the manager have come in and said it's very hard to bring players for the squad that he has because his team is already good, right? He's inherited a very good squad.
That's the
Now, now when you look at it from what you saw and say, you know what? At first, I thought we need a left back, but I think we maybe need a right back. You know, like you looking at it from the stand of the manager's eyes, what do you think we need?
Kwesi, you know, we say that, for example, we say Bradley is pushing Trent for the position, right? Bradley is pushing Trent. And then Trent comes to play, and we know why Trent is there. Like Trent is Trent.
Yeah.
Right? You saw what he did today. You know he owns that position.
Yeah.
So let's stop talking about Bradley. Okay? But we need a left back. We need a left back who is predominantly a left-sided centre back who can also attack. That's why that's why some of us have talked about Bastoni.
Yeah.
I want Anthony Gordon in our team because I want a certain directness. Like I need a player who is playing football like a right angle triangle. You know, take the ball, look for the most direct route to go and head there. Then I need that guy in the middle who dictates play. I need that guy who sets the game to his tempo.
Right.
You see, the greatest defensive mid or central midfielders, and let's just say Rodri is the standard. Why is Rodri the standard? Rodri can make you play at his pace. Rodri is the only defensive midfielder who can spring 4 midfielders and is like let me play in the center. You all go and press. I'm good. Right? The only other player that I have seen, or well, there are two more players who I have seen in my lifetime do that, was Andrea Pirlo and Guido Buchwald. Okay? He occupies that space and he's like, go and move, go forward. I'm good. I take care of everything. And then when they are not doing what they need to do, he comes up and then says, okay, give me the ball. I need to score the goal. Let's just get out of here. I've scored. That's why I want Zubimendi. Because I've seen Zubimendi play only one half of football. I have to be honest. But when we watched the Euro final and Rodri was injured, the first thing everybody thought was that, okay, it's over for the Spaniards. This is done, right? Declan Rice takes over the midfield. And when Zubimendi comes on, what does he do? He played better than Rodri. So he has the potential to be better than Rodri. So Liverpool, go get him now. Don't waste anybody's time. Go get him. It doesn't matter what his release clause is. Get him. Because one fine day, you will regret not getting him. If you don't get him now, Arsenal will get him in January. Right? Get him now. So I'm saying that in order for us to compete with our competitors, you need a certain kind of player.
And that's the question, because everybody assumed that we should just go buy just for the sake of buy.
No,
That's why I'm asking you the question. And Baz, I want you to get on this one.
If it was buying for buying's sake, Chelsea would be the European champions, right?
Exactly. So
Just
looking at it, that's why I asked you the question.
So we need.
I'm looking at a very good team right now.
We need a defensive midfielder, no doubt.
Okay.
We need a left back.
Okay.
And we need another wide forward.
Okay.
In that order.
Baz, what do you think about that?
I think what Uncle Albert is saying is basically spot on what I said perhaps earlier on. I don't know if you saw it, but we you know what, Robbo, I know he's been injured, but I said this earlier on. Robbo, the fact that he was in the B team earlier says something about what Slot is thinking. We 100% need a defender. A defender. I would love to see a DeMarco type of left back, but I do want a Bastoni. I do want a DM. We definitely need to look at potentially Salah's replacement. We don't need to sell him, of course not. But if he does say, look, you know what, I want to go to an Arabic country, or I want to become the president of Egypt one day, and I'm going to get some big in the Arab League, then you can't stop him, innit, at the end of the day. But we do need to look at maybe his position. And we need to watch Núñez this season. This season he needs to bang. If he doesn't bang, we need a striker. But that's maybe for next year. But right now, centre back, left back, DM, and potentially looking at bringing in a winger, or as in a Salah replacement and a Núñez replacement if there's any issues with those two.
Okay.
You know something, Kosi? We are forgetting, let me use your expression, them are forgetting that we have about £400,000 removed off our salary space, right?
Yeah,
so write Mo Salah that check.
Yeah. I mean,
write Mo Salah the check, man. Write him the check.
I think with Salah, him will probably be after January. That's when we will hear anything about.
He's that guy. Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be Salah's situation right now. It's not something that I'm worried about. I'm worried about Trent and Virgil.
Right, Vex the check.
Yeah, Virgil and Trent is my priority.
But
yeah,
right,
but thank you, Uncle.
He's the guy. He's the guy. Let me finish. Trent is the guy.
Yeah.
See that pass he gave to Jota.
Who?
Trent.
Virgil.
No, Trent. The no look.
Oh, the first goal. Yeah.
The no look pass. He's that guy. He's the guy. We keep saying what we say. Oh, we should sell Trent. No. Don't be stupid. You can't fucking sell Trent.
No, Trent is gonna get paid. Trent is gonna get paid.
Trent is like the James Bond movie. Nobody does it like him. That pass is a gift that God.
But this is the thing, though, Uncle. Yeah, Uncle and Baz. This is the reason why people like me been screaming the top of our lungs saying, keep him a right back. He's been the world-class player from
Oh,
that
he's been
side.
told, my brother, he's been told that he's playing right back. Remember, Slot said, I have told Trent where he's gonna play, but
Yeah,
I'm not telling you. Where did he play today?
right back with a
What
minimal inversion.
with minimal inversion. And
Yeah.
and during the inversion, he was actually calling. He
Yeah, he was
he just
communicating today.
he was calling,
Yeah.
communicating, come and take the position.
And you
So
know, I don't know, this is what you guys saw because you know, depending on where you stand in the stand, they all kind of look chill, but you could tell they enjoying themselves. Like
because
McAllister, he was
because I
like,
tell you what,
it looks too
they
easy
see
for them.
It's an
because they
exhibition
see
match.
because they see the killer in the coach's eyes, man. They see the killer in his eyes.
Okay.
That dude has a silencer, but it doesn't mean he can't shoot. He has a silencer, but he can shoot,
Yeah.
and he
I have
doesn't miss.
one last question, people. Since the first match against Betis, and I know Bazi said this is an exhibition. Is it me or this manager have taught them how to figure out the weakest point of every team? Like if the Betis game, we did more passing and it was nice on the ice. But the Arsenal game, if we had our shooting boots on, we would have scored more goals than the two that we scored. And what we did very well was like we pinpoint their weaknesses and then boom, we are in front of their goal.
Kwesi,
And today I saw that a lot today.
the manager in his first interview quietly said, "We need more than 82 points.
I guess.
We need to do better than third."
Yeah.
Make no mistake, that dude is a serious guy. You don't. It's not only screaming and shouting and performing that makes you serious. That dude is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Baz,
kind of,
what do you think?
Which
Like-
bits?
What I was saying is, I've seen that we are figuring out how to pin, like laser focus on teams' weakness, right? We expose their weakness. Maybe that's the correct word.
Yeah.
We expose their weakness. Arsenal, we exposed their weakness so many times, we didn't put it away. Mind you, we did the same thing to them. Today, we did it, and we did it with accuracy. Look at forget Trey's goal. Like the first 3 goal was just precise and
So
yeah.
the thing is, okay, yeah. Look, he's a coach in it. This is his job in it. At the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe some players are going to be buying into it. Trent today, we saw. You see, like with Trent, if he, my thing with him, right, is if he doesn't communicate and he has that persona that he's not bothered, that laid back attitude. Actually, I should say, then we have a problem. But the fact that he was doing this today and he needs to continuously do this, we don't have a problem with Trent anymore. We don't have a problem. You know what I mean? Because they're very well organized. And the second thing is Liverpool on their day, when they're ruthless up front or they're finishing their chances, no better team in the Premier League, in my opinion. But what we do a lot is we do waste a lot. Now, that is one thing that I don't think we'll see a lot this season. Well, I'm hoping we don't see a lot of this season because we could have like 25 chances in a game and miss like 25 or 26 of them. You know what I mean? And we've always been wasteful, with the play that we do and stuff like that. It is inevitably a goal. But today it was very clinical. It was a good performance, and yeah, like you're saying, against Arsenal and against Real Betis side, there's been some really good showings. But again, the reason why I shouted exhibition is because it is an exhibition. They are enjoying themselves today and stuff like that. But when you're going to go play like your Ipswiches and your Brentfords and your Manchester Uniteds and the others, that's when you got to get like, this is where you got to be ready. I'd rather lose in every single preseason game, but go and smack up the man them, you know what I mean, in the Premier League.
Yeah, the first game.
Yeah, but again, like I said,
statement.
it's just it's looking good so far. I don't want to say too much more on it, you know what I mean? There is still like, things that we need to see as the season progresses, but so far so good.
Okay. All right, people. Thank you so very much for joining us. Big up
Thank
to
you,
Liverpool
Kwesi.
12 man.
Thank you, Kwesi.
Thank you, Uncle Albert, for jumping
this
in from
season-
Anfield, live from
This
Anfield.
season, this season is going to be a good one. Mark it anyway.
Me too. I agree.
Zubi, where are you?
He's
Zubi,
coming.
Zubi,
I told you guys, it's already done.
He's coming, baby.
Waiting for you now.
You know what I mean?
He's coming, baby. Come along, Kitty Winky. He's coming, baby. He's coming.
And then big up to my man Baz. Happy to see you here, man. It's been a long time. Glad that
we want to see him. We want to see him at the Liverpool One shopping center.
Exactly.
I'm around the corner. I'm literally like an hour away from Liverpool. So I was actually thinking of going there today, but couldn't get tickets, man. But yeah.
Then come to the Brentford match.
I'd be there. If I could get tickets, I'd be there for sure.
Yes, sir. So, big up to everybody in the chat. Please don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. We need to get, I hope we got to our 21, more than 21 today, because a lot of people showed up today. Please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Austin said it's not happening. I don't know what you mean by that. Austin, nobody have said anything. They just, all of them are just waiting. And from when, what's the name? Slot was asked, he was just smiling. So
tell them to keep the faith. Supporting Liverpool is not easy.
I know.
Keep the faith.
I know. So big up to yourself, man. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Tomorrow I'll be back with what man them saying. Of course, we talk about every transfer that there is. It's not just Liverpool, but everybody. But somehow it ends up always being about Liverpool. So hey, it's a community channel, so make sure you guys join us. I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Agree or disagree, all we care about is respect. So if you're gonna watch the show later, please comment, and hit the like button. And Baz, what you got for next, man? Who are you showing up for next?
Well, I'm going to do an appearance on Liverpool 12th Man, and I'm going to get my channel back up and running. So for those on here that haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and just get that notification bell and subscribe button going on. You know, the football's back. Football's back, and it's there'll be content coming out very soon. But you can find me obviously on your channel, on Quasi's channel, Quasi Bowl TV. Make sure people are subscribing and liking most of your Liverpool outlets. So yeah, big up guys and big up chat.
Man, thank you so much. People, 12 Men has a show going on right now. I think I'll probably make an appearance. I have something to do real quick, so hopefully I'm not too late. Let's all go and support Liverpool 12 Men, okay? Big up to yourself. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Baz, Quasi Bowl. Peace.